we've all grown up with cop stories and detective stories, so I wanted to ask the directors and the two leads what detective stories they themselves have loved and been inspired by and why. And also to the two main actors, you have both played competent, serious cops before. This time you play perhaps not so competent detectives. What's the fun of switching over to that, and what is the fun of playing around with this sort of role? Thank you.
I'd just like to point out that I don't play a cop in this movie. I don't even play a detective in this movie. I am a debt collector with aspiration.
Oh, what was the question?
The fun of taking that serious sort of detective role and switching it around.
Oh. It's a great script. It's a great role. They're great characters. You know, it wasn't, I think, just fun subverting that idea. It was more fun just getting to work on a Shane Black film, specifically because I grew up on them. So being in one was sort of surreal and felt, you know, oddly comfortable. And it's just, they're great, flawed characters, and there is a dramatic undertone to it that I think is, you know, rare in comedies, even though I don't know if this is, I don't know how do you describe this film, Shane?
I think this is a comedy thriller, but I got to say, I go back to the movie that changed things. I saw a movie Ron Howard did called Night Shift back in the 80s, and it was sold as a silly comedy, but I went to see it and was surprised by this really kind of soulful and heartfelt relationship, this friendship. By the end of the movie, I was sad to see, you know, stop, almost to the point of tears. And I thought, wow, isn't that something, that within the context of being that funny, you can actually tell an organic, real story that develops that sort of kinship. So that's what this was. And it has detective roots because I think we owe that. I think every time I do a story in this genre, there's so many pioneers who sort of trod that territory that I owe to them to sort of carry the torch for what has become my favorite, you know, genre, the suspense genre. It's, you got to keep that first and foremost. Make sure there's a strong mystery thriller, and then let these guys just tear it to shreds and deconstruct it and be very funny.